Good morning, students. In your last class, we discussed about some important nucleophilic addition reactions with different types of reagents. Today, let us discuss about addition elimination reactions of aldehydes and ketones. That means condensation reactions. So today we are going to discuss about nucleophilic addition to aldehydes or ketones followed by elimination of water. That means nucleophilic addition means addition of some nucleophiles. Nucleophile means a species having a pair of electrons or a multiple bond. That is nucleophile. So first step is the addition of nucleophile to aldehydes or ketones. Then another step is elimination of water. So the combination of these two steps is known as condensation reaction. Condensation reaction means two or more molecules combine with each other followed by elimination of simple molecules like water, carbon dioxide, HCl, ammonia, etc. In this case, the elimination of simple molecule is water molecule. So first nucleophilic addition followed by elimination of water. So these two reactions together known as condensation reaction. So condensation reaction is the general reaction in all the reactions that we are going to discuss today. So condensation reactions of nitrogen nucleophiles, especially in this lesson we are in this condensation reactions we are going to discuss about nitrogen nucleophiles. That means ammonia derivatives with carbonyl compounds. So condensation reaction between nitrogen nucleophiles and carbonyl compounds. So what are the nitrogen nucleophiles? Ammonia, amines and certain related compounds have an unshared electron pair on the nitrogen atom and acts as nitrogen nucleophiles toward the carbonyl carbon atom. So nucleophile is having an electron pair or a multiple bond. So in this case ammonia or amines are having an unshared electron pair on nitrogen atom and acts as nitrogen nucleophiles. Then first condensation reaction is action of primary amines. That means the condensation reaction of primary amines with carbonyl compounds, aldehydes or ketones. So aliphatic and aromatic primary amines RNH2 undergo nucleophilic addition to aldehydes and ketones to yield tetrahedral amino alcohol. So first nucleophilic addition of aliphatic and aromatic primary amines occurs to aldehydes and ketones. And first we will get amino alcohol as the addition product, also known as carbinol amines. Here we have the structure aldehyde or ketone RCOR dash, which on treating with RNH primary amines, the presence of trace amount of acid. Acid is taking for the removal of water. It is acting as a dehydrating agent. So addition of RNH2, nitrogen nucleophile, to carbonyl compound occurs. That means here RNH2 exists as RNH minus H plus. So H plus add on to this carbon. That means when RNH2 adds on to carbonyl compound, this electron pair will shift to this oxygen. So this oxygen becomes negatively charged and this carbon becomes positively charged. So H plus will add on to this O minus, that it becomes OH. Then NHR, that means RNH minus. NH minus add on to this carbon. This carbon becomes positive charge. So NHR will add on to this carbon. So we will get a structure like this. This is known as carbinol amines amino alcohol or amino alcohol. So COH NHR. This carbon is this NHR will attach onto this carbon. We will get this structure. Then water elimination occurs from this structure. That means OH from here and H from here together combine, and we will get and eliminate water, and we will get a double bond here, C double bond N. These are important compounds known as imine or Schiff base. So what are Schiff base? They are condensation product of aldehyde or ketone with primary amine. Then first we will get addition products, then which normally eliminate water to form products called imines. Imines are having the structure C double bond NR. Here we have the double bond C double bond N. Also called Schiff bases having a carbon-nitrogen double bond. The reaction requires a trace amount of acid. So in the presence of acid, aldehyde or ketones react with the primary amines. First we will get a carbonyl amines, then which one further undergo elimination of water, then we will get imine or Schiff base. So this is the reaction this is the condensation reaction of aldehydes or ketones with the primary amines. So here you can see a condensation reaction occurs. That means condensation means addition of molecules followed by elimination of water. First aldehyde or ketone adds with nucleophile primary amine. First we will get an addition product, then elimination occurs, elimination of simple molecule water. So this is a condensation reaction. Altogether net effect is elimination of water. Here we have some examples for condensation of aldehydes with primary amine. RCHO on condensation with primary amine. In the presence of trace amount of acid, we will get analdimine. That means elimination of water molecule occurs and we will get a Schiff base. That is, here we will get an aldimine. That means starting material is aldehyde. If we take a ketone, we will get a ketimine. Here an example, benzaldehyde on treating with methenamine. In the presence of acid, we will get N-methyl benzyl imine. This is a Schiff base. Another example, acetaldehyde on treating with aniline. We will get N-phenyl ethanimine, another Schiff base. C double bond N is present in Schiff base. See, these are the examples for the condensation reaction of ketones with primary amines. R-CO R double dash on reaction with RNH2. In the presence of trace amount of acid, we will get a ketimine. Here we have a C double bond N structure that is present in imine. Then example, pentant trione on reaction with methenamine, we will get a corresponding Schiff base in ketimine. Another example, cyclohexanone on reaction with ethanamine. Two carbon atoms are here in this primary amine, so ethanamine. We will get N-ethyl cyclohexanimine. These are imines. Schiff bases are imines. Another example, acetophenone on treating with cyclohexanamine. We will get N-cyclohexyl 1-phenyl ethanimine. Two carbon atoms are here, so ethanimine. So these are the condensation reactions of primary amines with aldehydes and ketones. Next, let us discuss about the condensation reaction of aldehydes and ketones with ammonia derivatives. So ammonia derivatives of ammonia. Ammonia means NH3. So replacing one hydrogen of ammonia with Z group. Z may be an OH group, NH2, NH6H5, NHCO, NH2. Then these ammonia derivatives add two carbonyl group in aldehydes and ketones to form addition products, which subsequently eliminate a molecule of water to form well-defined crystalline products. So in this case also the same reaction occurs, first addition, then elimination of water molecule. So this is the condensation reaction. Addition followed by elimination reaction is known as condensation reaction. So the reaction normally takes place in weakly acidic medium. So acidic medium means in order to remove water molecule we provides acidic medium. These reactions are also referred to as condensation reactions with ammonia derivatives. So we have different types of ammonia derivatives. So carbonyl compounds, on treating with ammonia derivative, first we will get an addition product that is really unstable. So we have one OH group and one H group hydrogen atom here. So these together eliminate a molecule of water and we will get a carbon nitrogen double bonded product. That means a condensation product. First addition occurs, and this is the addition product followed by elimination of water. So this is the condensation reaction with ammonia derivatives. That may be these types of substituents. See, here we have the table of condensation reaction of aldehydes and ketones with ammonia derivatives. That means different types of reagents and the products also are given. So ammonia derivative first, NH2Z. If the Z is OH, we will get the reagent as hydroxylamine, NH2OH. So on treating with carbonyl compound, elimination of water molecule occurs. That means H2 from here and oxygen from carbonyl compound occurs. Then we will get C double bond NOH. This is known as oxime. So on treating with hydroxyl amine, we will get oxime as the final product. And on another reagent is NH2NH2. Z is NH2. If the Z is NH2, we will get hydrazine. That means NH2NH2. So product is carbonyl derivatives is having this structure and it is known as hydrazone. And another derivative is ammonia derivative is, if the from hydrazine one of the hydrogen is replaced by a phenyl group, we will get phenyl hydrazine. That means NH2NHC6H5. So on treating with carbonyl compound, we will get a derivative like this having the name phenyl hydrazone. Then another derivative is ammonia derivative is 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. That means on the phenyl ring there are 2 nitro groups. So on treating with carbonyl compound, we will get a derivative that is dinitrophenyl hydrazone. So with hydrazine, with the oxime we will get, hydroxylamine we will get oxime, and then with hydrazine we will get hydrazone. With the phenyl hydrazine we will get phenyl hydrazone, and with 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine we will get 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone. And the last one is semi-carbazide. That means NH2NHCONH2 is semi-carbazide, which on treating with carbonyl compound, aldehyde or ketone, we will get a derivative, carbonyl derivative, and the product name is semi-carbazone. Any of these derivatives on hydrolysis will give back the corresponding aldehyde or ketone. So on treating these products with water, that means on hydrolysis we will get the aldehyde and ketone back. All the products may be obtained in good crystalline form. These products are in crystalline form, so they are used for the characterization and purification of aldehydes and ketones. So the final products of condensation of aldehyde and ketone with ammonia derivatives are in the crystalline form. So we can characterize aldehydes and ketones by using these reagents. So let us see the condensation reactions one by one with the different types of reagents. So here we are going to discuss about the condensation reaction of aldehydes and ketones with hydroxylamine. First ammonia derivative is hydroxylamine. Then aldehydes and ketones react with hydroxylamine to yield the corresponding crystalline oximes, as we already see in the table. Aldoximes and ketoximes respectively. With aldehydes we will get aldoxime, and with ketones we will get ketoxime as the final product. So this is the general formula of aldehyde RCHO, which on treating with hydroxylamine in the presence of acid we will get aldoxime. For example, acetaldehyde on treating with hydroxylamine we will get acetaldoxime. So in your exam, whenever you are asked to give the product acetaldoxime, you have to know the reactants acetaldehyde and hydroxylamine. From acetaldehyde and hydroxylamine we will get acetaldoxime. Here we have the condensation reactions of ketones with hydroxylamine. We will get ketoximes. Then with the elimination of water molecule. Example, acetone on treating with hydroxylamine, we will get acetoxime. And another example, acetophenone. This is acetophenone, which on treating with hydroxylamine in the presence of acid, we will get acetophenone oxime. That means here the condensation occurs and the product is acetophenone oxime with the elimination of water molecule. Then cyclopentanone on treating with hydroxylamine we will get cyclopentanone oxime. C double bond N structure is there in the oxime formula. So that's all about the condensation reaction of aldehydes and ketones with hydroxylamine. Always the final product is crystalline oximes. With ketone we will get ketoxime, and with aldehyde we will get aldoxime. Next is the condensation reaction of aldehydes and ketones with hydrazine, that is NH2NH2. Aldehydes and ketones react with hydrazine to yield the corresponding crystalline hydrazones. Final product is hydrazone. So aldehyde on reaction with hydrazine we will get aldehyde hydrazone. For example, acetaldehyde on treating with hydrazine in the presence of small amount of acid, we will get acetaldehyde hydrazone. That means condensation occurs and a molecule of water eliminates and we will get acetaldehyde hydrazone. Here we have the condensation reaction of ketones with hydrazine. So we will get ketone hydrazone with the elimination of water molecule. That means acetone on treating with hydrazine, we will get acetone hydrazone with the elimination of water molecule. It means condensation occurs between these two molecules with the elimination of water molecule. Then another example, cyclohexanone. On treating with hydrazine, we will get cyclohexanone hydrazone. So ketone hexanone, general name is ketone hexanone. So this is about the condensation reaction of aldehydes and ketones with hydrazine. We will get the corresponding hydrazone, ketone hydrazone or aldehyde hydrazone, depending upon the structure of the carbonyl compound. Another condensation reaction is reaction with phenylhydrazine. Aldehydes and ketones react with phenylhydrazine to yield the corresponding crystalline phenylhydrazones. So hydrazine is NH2NH2. From hydrazine, one hydrogen is replaced by a phenyl group. Then we will get phenylhydrazine. Phenylhydrazine on condensation with aldehyde, we will get aldehyde phenylhydrazone. Example, acetaldehyde on treating with phenylhydrazine, we will get acetaldehyde phenylhydrazone, just like aldehyde hydrazone. Then in the case of ketone on treating with phenylhydrazine, we will get ketone phenylhydrazone. Example, acetone on treating with phenylhydrazine, we will get corresponding acetone phenylhydrazone. So with the phenylhydrazine, we will get corresponding phenylhydrazones. Next is the condensation reaction of aldehydes and ketones with 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine is known as Bosch's reagent or 2,4-DNPH. So, abbreviation of 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine is 2,4-DNPH. This is known as Bosch's reagent used for testing of aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes and ketones react with 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine to yield the corresponding crystalline 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazones. Here we have the examples of reaction with aldehydes. RCH on treating with 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. Bosch's reagent is a derivative of hydrazine. From hydrazine, one hydrogen is replaced by a phenyl group with two nitro group on second and fourth position. That is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. We will get corresponding aldehyde 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. For example, acetaldehyde on treating with 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine, we will get acetaldehyde 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone with the elimination of water. Here condensation reaction occurs and we will get corresponding hydrazone. That means 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. See, here we have the condensation reaction of ketone with 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. We will get ketone 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone with the elimination of water. That means condensation reaction occurs between ketone and DNPH. That means 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. Example, acetone, simple ketone acetone on treating with the DNPH. DNPH is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. We will get acetone 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. Same reaction, condensation occurs between these two molecules with the elimination of water and we will get corresponding hydrazone. Another example, cyclohexanone on treating with the DNPH, we will get corresponding hydrazone. 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine or 2,4-DNPH is known as Bosch's reagent. This is used for testing aldehydes or ketones. 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine derivatives of aldehydes and ketones are yellow, orange or red solids and useful for characterization of aldehydes and ketones. That means these products are yellow, red or orange colored. So we can test whether a compound contains aldehyde or ketonic functional group by testing with Bosch's reagent. So if the compound contains the aldehyde or ketonic group, we will get color type final hydrazone product. So this is about the condensation reaction with hydrazines. Different types of hydrazines are the simple hydrazine, then phenyl hydrazine, then last one is DNPH, 2,4-DNPH or Bosch's reagent. Next is the condensation reaction with semi-carbazide. Semi-carbazide is having the formula NH2, NHCO, NH2. Aldehydes and ketones react with semi-carbazide to yield the corresponding crystalline semi-carbazones. So aldehyde on treating with semi-carbazide in the presence of acid, we will get aldehyde semi-carbazone by the condensation reaction between the two molecules with the elimination of water. Here we have the CN double bond structure. Then simple example, acetaldehyde on treating with semi-carbazide, we will get acetaldehyde semi-carbazone. Then treatment of ketone with semi-carbazide, we will get the corresponding ketone semi-carbazone. Example, simple as ketone acetone. On treating with semi-carbazide in the presence of acid, we will get acetone semi-carbazone. So in all the reactions, we will get the condensation product by the combination of the two reactants with the elimination of water molecule. Last condensation reaction is reaction with ammonia. Aldehydes other than formaldehyde add ammonia to form aldehyde ammonias that readily undergo thermal dehydration to yield the corresponding aldimines. That means usually aldehydes condense with ammonia. First we will get a addition product which on heating we will get corresponding aldimines. Formaldehyde will give a different type of reaction that we will discuss later. Then aldehyde, here we have this simple aldehyde structure RCH on treating with ammonia. First we will get an addition product, nucleophilic addition occurs. That means here NH2 minus add on to this carbon, then H plus add on to this oxygen. Then we will get an aldehyde ammonia product first. Then which on heating, a molecule of water eliminates from this then we will get aldehyde. OH from here and H from here together combine will get water molecule and we will get the aldehyde. Simple example, acetaldehyde on treating with ammonia we will get acetaldehyde ammonia, which on further heating we will get acetaldimine with the elimination of water molecule. Now we are going to discuss about the reaction between formaldehyde and ammonia. What type of product will form when they react together. Formaldehyde, instead of forming a simple imine, reacts with NH3 to give a complex compound known as hexamethylene tetramine, or it is also known as urotropin, a drug used in urinary infection. So 6 molecules of formaldehyde react with 4 molecules of ammonia. First we will get hexamethylene. Methylene to be CH2. Hexamethylene CH2 6 times N4. Hexamethylene tetramine. It is also known as urotropin. It is having the structure. Here you can see 6 bridges are there, and between two nitrogen atoms there are methylene groups. This is methylene group. CH2, CH2, CH2. There are 3 methylene groups here, and here one methyl group is there. Sorry, methylene group is there. Another one is another methylene, another methylene. So altogether 6 methylene groups are there. So hexamethylene tetramine. 4 nitrogen atoms are here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So hexamethylene tetramine. This is structure of urotropin obtained by the condensation reaction of formaldehyde and ammonia. This is completely different from the reaction between other aldehydes and ammonia. Ketones, in the case of ketones, they give complex amines with ammonia. So acetone, here we have the example of acetone. Acetone on treating with ammonia, first we will get an addition product, nucleophilic addition product. That means NH2 add on to this carbon and H plus NH2 minus add on to this carbon, H plus add on to this oxygen. So first we will get a nucleophilic addition product like this. Then which one condense with another molecule of acetone. Then eliminate a molecule of water and we will get a diacetone amine, a complex amine. So these are all about the condensation reaction of aldehydes and ketones with the different types of nucleophiles. So in all reactions, first we will get an addition product, then which one further eliminate a molecule of water and we will get the final condensation product. Thank you.